Imagine having your home invaded, belongings burned, and being arrested, all for having books in a society where they are outlawed. It is a story about censorship, is what a reader would think. Now, in this society, what if I told you that critical thinking was frowned upon by the people in government, and everyone is consuming inoffensive, generic content? Many would still believe it is about censorship. This is a common misconception people have about Fahrenheit 451, but that is utterly false. Fahrenheit 451 does not warn about government censorship, but about the dangers of constant, inoffensive entertainment and the effects it has on a society. The author of the novel, Ray Bradbury, accurately predicts a future society that gets consumed by entertainment. For some context, the story follows Guy Montag, a fireman who in this society burns books instead of putting out fires, who lives in a dystopian society as he learns to appreciate books and think for himself. In this society, the citizens are either watching TV on televisions the size of walls, or they have seashell radios, which are similar to wireless earbuds, listening to something, or both, and rotting their brains. Because of this constant entertainment, people want more dopamine, a bigger rush. To give them this, firemen burn books, but only at night, because the fire can be seen. While burning a house, Montag reflects, always at night the alarm comes, never by day. Is it because the fire is prettier by night, more spectacle, a better show? So clearly people view the book burning as a spectacle, but the Nazis burned books. It was also a spectacle. So what makes the book burning in Fahrenheit 451 different? It started from the people, not the government. When Fire Captain Betty talks to Montag, he remarks, "There you have it, Montag. It didn't come from the government down. There's no dictum, no declaration, no censorship to start with. No, technology, mass exploitation, and minority pressure carried the trick. Thank God." There you have it. Conclusive proof that Fahrenheit 451 is not about censorship, but entertainment. If you need more, Bradbury himself states multiple times that it is about entertainment, remarking, "Fahrenheit 451 is not about censorship. It's about how television destroys interest in reading literature. And the culprit of Fahrenheit 451 is not the state, it's the people." But what does the novel have to say about entertainment? Pursuing pleasures is often meant to drown out one's sorrows and distract from them. Yet, this more often than not leads to increased hardship. Suicide attempts are common in Fahrenheit 451 because everyone is miserable despite constant stimuli meant to distract from it. Entertainment also causes one to forget important information that one should remember. Mildred, Montag's wife, is a victim of society's problems, and she forgets when and where they met. When reading a book for the first time, Montag reflects on a story of his childhood, where his cousin would make him pour sand to receive. He compares this to the mind of the people, because information passes right through them. Once as a child, he had sat upon a yellow dune by the sea in the middle of the blue and hot summer day, trying to fill the sieve with sand, because some cruel cousin had said, "Fill this sieve and you'll get a dime." And the faster he poured, the faster it sifted through with the hot whispering. His hands were tied, the sand was boiling, and the sieve was empty. Seated there in the midst of July without a sound, he felt the tears move down his cheeks. There are people on the suction train, but he held the book in his hands, and the silly thought came to him. If you read fast and read all, maybe some of the sand will stay in the sieve. But he read, and the words fell through, and he thought, in a few hours, there will be Betty, and here will be me handing this over, so no phrase must escape. Each line must be memorized. Entertainment can be morally wrong. Near the end of the novel, people watch as an innocent man is killed for crimes he didn't commit, and people cheer. Suppression of critical thinking and independent thought is lost by constant entertainment that panders to one's own beliefs and tries not to offend. When Betty was talking to Montag about how books began to be burned in society, he says, "Don't step on the toes of the dog lovers, the cat lovers, doctors, lawyers, merchants, chiefs, Mormons, Baptists, Unitarians, second-generation Chinese, Swedes, Italians, Germans, Texans, Brooklynites, Irishmen, people from Oregon or Mexico. The people in this book, this play, this TV serial are not meant to represent any actual painters, cartographers, mechanics anywhere. Content that was being pumped out was not meant to offend anyone, but it appealed to everyone. It was only meaningless and mind-numbing slop. Entertainment destroys familial and social relations. People have scripted family conversations. Mothers sit their children in front of TVs, so they don't have to parent, with the character stating, "You heave them into the parlor and turn the switch. It's like washing clothes. Stuff the laundry in and slam the lid." Marriage carries no significance, with the wife asserting, "He said if I get killed off, you just go right ahead and don't cry, but get married again and don't think of me." The one character we see who talks to people is labeled as weird and antisocial. While Montag is talking to a girl named Clarice, she states, "I'm antisocial, they say. I don't mix. It's so strange. I'm very social indeed. It all depends on what you mean by being social, doesn't it? Social to me means talking to you about things like this." Entertainment distracts. At the end of the novel, the country goes to war and the city where Montag is from gets nuked. But the people are blissfully unaware that anything was happening. Today, parents place their children in front of iPads instead of teaching. Everyone is easily offended and desires inoffensive content. The average time on a phone is 7 hours, and most of that time is with earbuds in. And suicide rates have increased over the year. Bradbury accurately predicts society's future, and if it concerns you at all, only you have the power to change it. Visualize a world for me where people think for themselves and think critically, with sharing of ideas is not frowned upon, but accepted. A world where people aren't constantly consuming content that's not meant to offend anyone. To achieve this world, you, the viewer, must stop consuming whatever an algorithm puts in front of you. Instead, you must think critically, read a book, and turn off the phone.